Now friends, let's understand something about enterprise IT architecture. Enterprise architecture means what, how it works, and how are we going to get benefited with the help of this IT architecture for information governance. We want information to flow in a way wish it to flow. We want to govern information. This is what we have learned in information governance section, which was 2.1. How this information will be governed with the help of IT architecture. What is this IT architecture? What is enterprise IT architecture? Let's understand. So, what is enterprise? Is business or company. This we know, or organization of the firm, the way in which you call it. Then what is architecture? Architecture is orderly arrangement of components. What are the components? In the case of information systems, we have hardware, networking and software. So, how are we going to put components within the hardware? How are we going to put components within the communication system? And how are we going to use components within the software? Within all the three, hardware, communication and software, we will be having various parts. So, orderly arrangement of those parts within that system is also architecture, and then connection of the three, putting them together, is also architecture. So, enterprise architecture is the way IT systems and processes are structured. They are being put, they are being used, they are being connected. So, this is IT architecture related to enterprise. It helps or impedes day-to-day operations and efforts to execute business strategy. Every business is having a strategy, and this strategy can be fulfilled, achieved only with the help of information systems. Information systems are dependent on this IT architecture. Enterprise IT architecture is going to play a vital role. So, it's going to solve two critical challenges. Where are we going and how do we get there? Obviously, where are we going is the business objective, business strategy, and how do we get there is again a business strategy supported by IT strategy, IT architecture. So, what is the focus of this IT architecture? IT systems complexity. Let me reduce it as far as possible. Poor business alignment. Let me align my information systems with the business. It must respond according to the needs and demand of the business. We may have four types of architectures. One is business architecture. What is this business architecture? Is the process the business uses to meet its goal. The process the business uses to meet its goal is something known as business architecture. Okay? How am I going to collect money? How am I going to provide products? How am I going to provide after sales service? How am I going to procure a material or procure finished goods? How this collected money will be deposited in the bank? When the payments will be made? This entire thing is something known as business architecture. Okay. Then the second is application architecture. Application here means software. How specified applications are designed, softwares are designed, and how they interact with each other. Financial module, point of sales module, inventory management module, human resource module, all such components of the software must interact with each other. So, how are they going to interact is something known as application architecture. The third one is data architecture. How this data is going to be stored. So, how an enterprise data, the stores are organized and accessed. how the data is being kept and how the data is being retrieved is something known as data architecture. And finally, we have technical architecture, the hardware, the software infrastructure that supports application and their interactions. Obviously, communication or networking is also needed. It's not only hardware or the software, but networking and communication technology is also important from this point of view. So, the hardware, communication and software infrastructure, how are they going to interact with each other is something known as part of enterprise architecture. This enterprise IT architecture will provide lots of benefits to organization. What kind of benefits? We know about them, but let's understand more. Cuts IT costs, increases productivity in information, provides insight and gives new ideas, determines competitiveness, flexibility and IT economies, and it aligns IT capabilities with business strategies. So, what is IT capability? What kind of time we need to produce a bill? How much information we may store about the customer so that we may know our customer more. This is something like IT capability. My business strategy is to know more about the customer. Say I am staying at a tourist place. My need to know about the customer and record the data, keep the data of the customer will be different as compared to a hotel or a restaurant which is catering to its customers, which is not a tourist place. So, I will be having a strategy. So, my IT capabilities should be in a position to help to follow, chase business strategy for what? To grow, to innovate, to respond to market demands. This will reduce risk of buying or building systems and enterprise applications. For this, friends, we need master data management.